When you want to go to a V8, one of the things you have to keep in mind if you're going to put that V8 with 150 horse, 200 horse behind that little Jeep transmission that had a 60, 70 horsepower motor on it, the transmission isn't going to last. And also those gears were, most of them had 538 gears in, so if you put the V8 in it at 45 miles an hour, you're going to be tacked out anyway. And also you got to remember, now you're going to go a lot faster, and you have those little 9-inch brakes on these old Jeeps. I'm talking about the CJs right now. They're not going to stop. I tell everybody, if you're going to put a V8 in, change all the running gear. Go with something more modern, put some axles in and stuff that had disc brakes on them, and so that the stuff will stand the power from that V8 and not be broke all the time, and also you'll be able to stop it after you're going 60, 70 miles an hour, versus an old Jeep goes 40, 45 miles an hour. The original brakes are adequate for that, but not if you're going with something else, you know, that you're going to go a lot faster with. If you're talking about a small CJ, like a 2A, 3A, CJ3B or CJ5, a lot of people put 283s in them and 350s. You can wedge them in there, they're tight. A lot of guys have to chop the firewall out and the front cross members out. A nicer motor to fit in would be a little V6. They fit a lot better, and there's plenty of power there to run that little Jeep around, as they don't weigh nothing. It takes a lot of work and engineering to stick a V8 in something, and at the end to have it that it would be still fun to drive, and that the clutch works and that the gas pedal works, and that you're not having all kinds of problems, that every time you push the clutch pedal in your linkage is breaking. There's a lot of work involved in doing that. You know, you got to put weld motor mounts in it, and sometimes you got dry shaft problems, clearance problems. So there's a ton of work in doing that. If you don't have a welder and you're not real handy at doing that, if you have to pay somebody to do it, you're going to pay a fortune to have it done right. A lot of people like to put V8s or something with more power in them, because if you take an old Jeep out on the road and you're going 45 miles an hour, the guy behind you is blowing the horn, and it's just sometimes people don't have no patience on the road anymore, especially if you're in an area where people are driving fast all the time. You can put an overdrive in an old Jeep and get 25% more speed out of it, but they're still slow. I mean, they are what they are. They're 60 some years old, a lot of them already, and they were great in their day, but you know, they're slow compared to cars today. So if you need something that you're going to run on the road a lot, you know, then that's one of the main reasons people want to convert them, to be able to go faster and keep up with traffic. And some people like to drive them every day to work, where an old original Jeep isn't going to drive you 30 miles to and from work every day, but something with a more modern running gear might, you know, if your back can stand to bouncing around. It's tough on an old 4-cylinder Jeep motor to run real long distance and get hammered every day like that. I like keeping my stuff original. I don't know why, because I'm sort of a historian buff, I guess, and I like things the way they were. And I'm not running any of my Jeeps long distances to and from work every day, and so I take mine out when I just want to run them and have fun with them, and then put them away when I'm done. So, but if I was going to run something a long way to work or something, I would have to do something to it too. When I was in my early 20s, I had an old 2A I ran to work, and that was like 35 miles each way, but I did it quite a few times, but it didn't last real long. The motor held out and stuff, but the constant bouncing, it was pretty rough.